Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, whatever time of day it is where you are. My name is Miss Popham. If you've not seen any of my videos yet, then I will tell you a little bit about me. I'm an early years teacher and I live and work in a city called Southampton. You might live in Southampton too. If you do, hello. And if you don't, if you live somewhere different, a little bit further away, then welcome. And that's the really exciting thing about getting to do these videos, is that I get to teach so many children and we all get to do our learning together, even though I wouldn't normally necessarily get to do some of these exciting things with you if we were all at school and in our classrooms. So that's something that's really exciting about doing this together. In this week's videos, we are going to be doing some art, which is quite exciting. I do enjoy art. Don't worry if you're panicking and thinking, oh, I find art really difficult. It is a little bit tricky, and I will be honest, I'm not the most creative and I'm not the best at making beautiful pictures and beautiful things when I'm doing art. But the reason I chose to do it is because I really enjoy it and I find it good fun. And that's all I want these videos to be this week and next week, is just for you to have fun when doing them. So don't worry if your picture ends up looking a little bit different to mine. It's quite likely it will look a lot better than mine. It's just about us learning and practicing some new skills and having a little bit of fun together. So this week our focus is going to be collage, and collage is when you use lots of different materials and you stick them on some paper all together in order to make something new, something different. And we're going to be making some lovely pictures and collaging this week, hopefully with some things that you've already got at home with you. So let's have a look at what we're going to be making in our first session today and what you're going to need to be able to join in. So here we go, Art Week 1, and we are going to be doing collage. So we're going to be collaging flowers today. We're going to start off hopefully with something nice and simple, a nice activity for us to do together. Now mine is not going to look as beautiful as these examples here, but just to give you an idea of the sort of thing we're going to be making in today's video. So these are some of the things that you're going to need to join in with me today. So a pair of scissors. You're definitely going to need to ask an adult to help you with these, and they might need to help you find them and then practice using them together. You're going to need some plain paper. So all I've done is I've ripped a piece of paper out of an old scrapbook that I found. So don't worry about having sort of nice white A4 paper. It could be the back of some scrap paper. Ask your grown-ups, they might have the back of a letter or some scrap paper that you can use, or even a plain piece of cardboard would work for that today. You're going to need some glue. You can use PVA or a Pritt stick, either will work. If you haven't got either of those, don't panic. You can do something that we call transient art, which is when you place it on and you can move it around. So don't panic if you haven't got either of those. You might need some coloured paper to stick on today. Alternatively, you could use wrapping paper if you've got some of that at home. You could use some pieces of fabric, or sometimes you might keep and recycle old Christmas and birthday cards. That would work. Or you could cut up pieces of a gift bag. Just make sure you ask whoever's with you at home what it is you can use. And you're going to need a pen or a pencil today as well, and that's it. So if you would like to, you can pause here and that will give you a chance to go and get some of those bits ready, and then we can get started. So hopefully now you've got all of those bits together and you're ready to start today's activity. So I'm going to tilt the camera down in a minute so you can have a look at what I've got on the table in front of me. And then as we go through the video, you can either watch it all the way through first and then have a go after at doing the steps that I've shown you, or you can pause with me and do each step together as we go along. It's entirely up to you. So I've got here a plain piece of A4 paper. Don't worry about it being straight. I had to rip mine out of a scrapbook, so mine's definitely not. It's got a bit of a funny edge. I've also got some coloured pieces of card here, pink, orange, green and yellow. These I picked up at my local supermarket and I think they were about £1 or something like that. So if you wanted to go and get some of those another time, then that's where I got mine from. But don't worry if you're using something a little bit different. I pre-cut some little pieces of coloured card because I thought that would make it a bit quicker and easier for me today. So if you want to take some time now to pre-cut some pieces that you're going to use, then you can pause and that's absolutely fine, or you can cut as we go. I've also got a long piece of green card I've cut. Yours doesn't have to be green. I've just gone for something that's accurate, a bit like the real thing, and that's going to act as the stem for my flower, and my stem's going to go here. I've also got my glue stick. I've gone for a Pritt stick for this one. I'm going to use that first of all to stick my stem down. So if you want to, you can pause now and have a go at cutting a stem. And then I'm going to pop some glue on mine, and I'm going to stick my stem on first. I'm going to get my kitchen table very dirty today, I can tell already. There we go, so you can stick, so I've got my stem stuck on. Okay, you can take some time to do that as well. And now I need the middle bit of my flower, don't I? The bit where all of the pollen is that the bees like. And I'm going to go for some yellow, I think, for that. So I'm going to put some glue on here rather than gluing all of the little pieces because I think that will take longer. And then I'm going to pick out some yellow pieces and just stick them on here where I've put my glue. So yours doesn't have to be yellow, it can be a completely different colour. That's the exciting thing about doing art like this. You can be as creative and as imaginative as you like. And you'll notice I've not cut out one big circle piece, I'm sticking on lots of different pieces together, and that gives it a bit of something that we call texture. So that makes it feel quite nice when I run my fingers over it. Makes it feel a bit bumpy and I can feel all of the edges. I think one more piece maybe. There we go. So there's that bit of my flower done. And then I wonder if you can tell me what the next bits are that I'm going to need to add on. That's right, I'm going to need to add on the petals. So you could, if you wanted to, use a pen or a pencil to draw where you want your petals to go. But personally, I just like to get right into it and start off with my sticking. So I think I want to have a petal coming out here. Again, I find it a bit easier putting the glue on first and then sticking on. But if you want to, then you can glue your little pieces before you stick them on. And I think I'm going to have a pink petal first of all. So I'm going to stick my little pink pieces of card. I can pick them up onto here. You might notice I've got a bit of a croaky voice in this video, and that's because I've been busy meeting all the new children that are going to be in my class this week, which has been really, really exciting. I wonder if you can remember when you first met your teacher and who the other children are in your class. It's a bit scary, isn't it, when you first go and see a new school and it's so big and there's lots of new faces and lots of new people to meet. It's quite exciting. There we go. I need to add a bit more glue onto this one because it's not sticking down very well. So I'll just put a bit more glue on. There we go. And there's my first petal. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more all the way around, and I wonder if you could have a go at doing that too. So you can pause the video here and see if you can have a go at getting where I've got to, and maybe you can add on some extra petals as well. Why don't you have a go? So hopefully you've had some time to add some more petals and things onto your flower. You can see here now that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm missing one here. So I thought we would do the last petal together. So what colour should we go for? I've got 2 oranges, a green and a pink one down there. Let's go, maybe another pink one up here would look nice. So make sure I've got enough glue on. There we go, and then I'll find some pink pieces. I wonder what colours you've used for your petals. Or you might have even done multicoloured ones. I love it when things are all multicoloured and rainbow colours. If I had some more colours, that's probably what I would have done. Or you might have done them all the same colour, and that would look really beautiful as well. So there's lots of different things you could have done and different ways you could have added a bit of colour to your petals. Here we go. Stick my last bit on there. There we go. So if you want to, you could always add some leaves on the bottom. So I might want to put a bit of glue there and add on some green leaves, or it could have orange leaves or yellow leaves. I'm going to add on some green leaves down here. You can notice probably that I've cut out lots of squares and rectangles when I was doing my cutting, but you might have cut out lots of different shapes. Might have cut out some circles and some triangles. I wonder what shapes you can spot when you're doing your collaging. There we go, maybe one more for luck. There we go, and I've added on my leaves. So here's my collaged flower. I expect yours is far more beautiful and far neater than mine is, but I'm pretty happy with that. It's nice and colourful. It feels quite smooth. So quite often when we do collage, we talk about how things feel and about different textures when we're using different materials. So my card feels quite smooth, but then where I've cut it, the edges feel quite rough, and that makes it sometimes feel a bit bumpy. But you might have used something different if you've used wrapping paper, or if you've used coloured paper, not coloured card, or you might have used fabric. I wonder how yours feels, if it feels soft, or if it feels rough or bumpy, or a bit spiky. Wonder if you can have a think about how yours feels. And now what I think we're going to do is we're going to have a go at labelling some of the different parts of our collage, some of the different parts of our picture, because that's a good skill to have, to be able to talk about and label some of the different things that you've used and some of the different parts of your picture. So let's have a go at a couple together and then see if you can have a go at labelling your picture as well. So this bit, the stem, we can sound out and write together quite easily, I think. So let me make sure you can see. And this is going to be practicing my writing upside down. If it's anything like my numbers were upside down in the video, then we could be in trouble. So we need to sound out the word stem, stem, stem. So what sound can we hear first? Well done. There we go. Stem. What sound's coming next? Fantastic. Well done. Stem. Good job. Oh, and mine's even going to go onto my stem a tiny bit. I'm sure you can leave yourself a bit more room than I did. So we've got stem. So I can label the stem. I might even draw an arrow to show which part the stem is. I could also have a go at labelling some of the materials I used. So I used card, card. So I'm going to have a go at writing that as well. Now the beginning of card is a C, not a K, a curly cut, not a kicking cut. So there we go, there's my curly cut. And then I need the R digraph, which is an A. Now I'm going to have to really think about doing my A backwards or upside down. There we go. R. Well done. There's also an R in there as well. And then the last one, card, card, d. Think about which way around my D is going to go. I don't want it to look like a B. There we go. Card, card. And I might do a little arrow to where I've used some card as well. So why don't you have a go at using your sounding out now and see if you could maybe do petal or leaf. See if you can have a go at adding some of those on, and then we can have one last look at your fantastic pictures that you've made today. Okay, hopefully you've had time to add your labels to your picture now. So here is my finished one. I've got petals. I've labelled the petals here at the top. Obviously we did stem and card together, and then I've even labelled my leaves at the bottom as well. I'm pretty happy with that. I hope that you're happy with yours, and maybe you can find somewhere nice in your home to display yours as well, somewhere that you can look at it and your family and friends can see it too. So tomorrow we're going to be collaging with something different. We're going to be using pasta or rice in tomorrow's video. So you might want to make sure that you've got some of that, or another similar dried food, maybe spaghetti or something that you can use instead. And that's all for today. I hope you've enjoyed doing your collaging flowers with me, and I look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's video. Bye.